Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to another episode of NKA on Afia TV on DSTV channel 254, Go TV channel 17, and Free TV channel 748. My name is China Loromogu Eze, your host in tonight's episode of NKA. And no, I have probably been preaching the gospel of spending your weekends outside your house, and it's Thursday. I'm not going to preach. I'm not going to preach the gospel of spending your week. If you like, stay at home in your house, pressing your phone. God, when? No. If you like, do it. I'm not going to judge you. It is God that will judge you. Okay? But please do something about your boring life. That's what matters to me. Well, welcome back to the show. And our guest tonight is someone who fights for the rights of people. Let's put it that way. But we'll go on a quick break, and when we come back, I'll unveil who this person is to you guys. We'll go on a quick break. See you soon. Welcome back to NKA. My name is China Loromogu Eze. Like I said, our guest tonight likes to fight for the rights of people. I'm not sure why. Of course, I know why, because he is the Communications and Advocacy Officer for an NGO called Access to Good Health Initiative, AGHI. Let us welcome Leo Udondata. I got it right?
Yeah, you're almost there.
Say it.
Udondata.
Udondata. Okay, that sounds Igbo. And you said you were from Akwa Ibom. It sounds Igbo. Udondata.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
That it sounds Igbo, right?
Yeah.
Udondata.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're from Akwa Ibom, how long have you been in Enugu? Did you grow up in Akwa Ibom?
Yes, I grew up in Akwa Ibom and officially to Enugu last year.
Oh.
Yeah, prior to that time, I have just been, had just been coming and going.
Oh.
Yeah,
So how has Enugu been for you since last year that you moved?
It's been good. I've eaten okpa. Yeah.
Okay. And the ones you buy, they're pretty good. Okpa is good, though.
Yeah, they're good.
Okay.
And I think I love it.
You think?
I know I love it.
Hey, you love it. Even if you say it's not sweet, there will be no slander of okpa on this show. You can walk out of it.
I actually like okpa. I've eaten abacha too.
Yes. If I have to choose one between okpa and abacha, I'd choose abacha.
Well,
if you had to choose one, which one would you choose?
I think I'll choose abacha too.
Right. The uba on it, the omo, oh gosh. I'm craving that. I should probably do something about it when tomorrow I do something like that. Well, welcome to Enugu. In case Afia TV has not given you an official welcome. Well, welcome to Enugu and welcome to NKA. You said it's your first time here. Well, welcome. Well, we don't have anything to serve you. Maybe champagne would have happened to calm your nerves. Because I know you're asking me, what are you going to ask me? I'm nervous. On NKA, we welcome our guests with open arms. We make them relaxed.
Of course.
Okay?
Yeah.
Don't be shy.
Yeah, I'm trying not to be.
There's nobody. Well, whatever. Anyways, Leo, welcome to the show.
Yeah.
And it's good to have you here. And this is us also taking a deviation from our typical conversations here on NKA, where we have people who are entertainers, people who are creatives, and we're having you tonight, who is a Communications and Advocacy Officer for Access to Good Health Initiative. So was that last year?
Yeah.
So how did you get in there? What happened? How did you find yourself in advocacy too? Yeah, tell us the story, the backstory.
Okay. Okay, before I started working with, you said AGHI, I would call it AGHI.
AGHI, okay, got it, AGHI.
Yeah, that sounds better. So before I started working with AGHI, I have always believed in, the live and let live philosophy. Yeah. So maybe low-key, I have been advocating for, people's rights to be respected, people to be allowed to be themselves. And then the universe heard me Yeah, I saw the advert, the job opening, and then I applied, interviewed, and
You got
here am
in.
I. Yeah.
I'm thinking what the interview was like. Probably. So, what will you do when you see a girl that was abused in her marriage? Was that what the interview was like? Is advocacy, yeah?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't really like that. But
Oh, I was.
yeah.
Well,
Well,
whatever it was. Well, welcome to Enugu once again. So,
thank you.
Access to Good Health Initiative brought you here, and over, should I say, your entire existence, you're always someone that likes to look into issues of human rights,
Yeah.
let's live, and all those sorts of things. So, how has it been being in the forefront? Clearly, that's where you are right now.
Yeah.
Where you are trying to handle and treat and organize cases with people with human rights issues, marginalized persons. How has it been being in that environment now?
Well, the experience has not really been entirely different from what I have, been used to in the past. But it's an entirely different kind of, I would say, a different phase of that advocacy, because it brings me face to face with real life situations of abuses of various forms. And when you are confronted with these situations, you have to use means that are peculiar to each situation to resolve them, find solutions to each person's problems. So yeah, it's been
Interesting.
interesting.
So what does your, should I call it your portfolio? No, not portfolio. What does your job description as a communications and advocacy officer entail? What do you do? What is a typical day as a communication and advocacy officer like at AGHI?
Okay, a lot of my work is done online.
Okay.
Yeah, of course, we live in a world that is, dominated by social media. We live our lives on social media nowadays. So, pretty much a lot of what I do is on social media. We tell the world about us. We tell the world about the people we serve. We tell these people that we are here for you. And then we tell stories about these people to, of course, like you rightly put it, communications and advocacy. So these two are intertwined. What we put out to the public is, or they are our advocacy tools, telling the public that these people exist and they should be treated just like every other person. No other person, or nobody is more human than the other. So it's
So when
been.
you said tell the world about who we are, what we do, can I call you a content creator?
Well, yeah.
Exactly. You package it as communications officer. No, you're a content creator.
Yeah.
Come on. Yes,
Yeah.
that's what you do.
Yeah.
But of course, when we use the LinkedIn parlance, we go over there and be like, communications officer.
Of course, that sounds more professional and
Right. It's more professional.
yeah.
So let's talk about that content creation aspect. So what kind of content do you create for AGHI?
Okay. We have our contents go in diverse ways.
Okay.
Yeah, we have the awareness, basically telling people what they should know, video content. We have, okay, let me start from what kinds. We have the videos, we have the flyers, we have, write-ups that we put up on social media. And then what purposes do they serve? Awareness, and then to educate the public. Some of the things that we post out there, people are like, oh, so there are things like this. So, we try to educate the public, we try to create awareness, we try to move people to empathy, move people to compassion. So
You also do video content as well?
yeah, I was actually editing a video before I stepped in here.
Oh, so are you typically behind the camera editing the videos, or you are inside the video editing yourself?
Well, both. I film
Okay.
and I make videos of myself, and sometimes, I do both.
As the spirit leads, anyone
Of course.
that comes to you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's nice, because I think not just for AGHI, for every initiative, if you really want your voice to be heard, if you really want people to know who you are and what you do, content creation is key. what do we call it? Content is queen.
Yeah, that's
Content
true.
is king, but yeah, content is queen either which way. So, are there key areas of focus for AGHI? Are there things they are particularly interested in when it comes to human rights and advocacy and all that?
Yeah. Okay. To the human rights, of course, health is also part of human rights.
Yes.
So there is health in our name, Access to Good Health Initiative. So I started, with the healthcare. Up to this day, there is still this stigma that surrounds HIV.
Yes.
So ours started as an HIV intervention, making sure that people can get the care they need without all that stigma, all the discrimination and all that. And then moving beyond the HIV, we, advocate for the rights of everybody to be respected. And then we particularly focus on people that we call the marginalized persons. How marginalized, or marginalized in what way? People whose identities, self-expressions, who they are could be different from what the society is used to, and our work revolves around, telling the world that everybody has fundamental rights that shouldn't be deprived. They shouldn't be deprived of. So, human rights.
Are there specific communities that you guys serve? The specific
Yeah.
Which people?
Yeah. Okay, I've talked about people living with HIV, and then there are women.
Okay.
There are also, I talked about identity and expression. That might sound kind of vague. So we advocate for the LGBTQ community also.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that sounds like
I'm interested.
Yeah, that sounds
I'm
like.
sorry, but anytime I hear LGBT, first thing that comes to my mind. You use social media a lot, right? TikTok and stuff.
Yeah.
The first thing in my mind is LGBT.
Yeah.
It is so funny.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
gosh. And the second thing is this guy from NBC Broadcasting House, Simon something.
Yeah.
He has a whole video when he does it. Why are you gay?
Yeah.
That video
There's
always
that.
comes up. That video always comes up. And I've watched his interviews. He says he's always direct. People think it's a problem, but so when he had an interview with that guy, the first thing was that question because he wants to get it over with.
Yeah.
Moving that aside, so I think I'm interested in talking about the LGBTQ thing you just said. So I know that in Nigeria, the community is not so, should I call it, there's still this, they're not bold or out there to identify who they are and that sort of thing. So having a community like AGHI there, what is it like? I'm sure, I believe AGHI might be handicapped a little in helping them, considering the big stigma around it in Nigeria. I think the Nigerian government is vocal about shunning acts like that. So what tell me all about it.
Okay, yeah, that's why I said whose identities and expressions, are slightly different from what every other person out there is used to. So, most times people get misunderstood a lot. And how do I put this? Working in AGHI has exposed me to, people's lives and people's stories that have not been told. The realities of, this is who I am, but I cannot really be myself because this is Nigeria. And of course, Nigeria is actually happening to me.
Oh,
yeah. So what we do is, try to correct these flawed stereotypes, the prejudices out there about these people, and then let the world know that these are human beings. We are emphasizing the humanity of these people.
Okay.
Sure you get something like that.
That makes sense. I think there's a clearer understanding right now, right? So can you share a success story from one of the organization's work, not just LGBTQ. No, it's looking like I'm interested in that.
Yeah.
But you mentioned you were also looking at HIV patients.
Yeah.
You look at women, maybe children too.
Yeah, sure.
And
sure.
this LGBTQ. So, can you share a success story from maybe one of them?
Yeah. What success? There's a lot of.
Just choose anyone.
Okay.
Anyone that tugs at your heart the most, like, whoa.
Okay.
I needed to be here. That's
okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. There's this saying that no one is an island. So we collaborate a lot with other organizations out there, or other government agencies out there. We have we work with the Human Rights Commission.
Okay.
So let me start with the most recent. Someone reached out to report a domestic abuse issue, and it was severe. Yeah, so I had to, link the person up with the Human Rights Commission, and they took it up from there. We had to follow it up to make sure that the right things were done. The victims were removed from harm's way, and so it takes these procedures stretch out. The process is long, but at the end of the day, we are trying to make sure that the perpetrators, the victims, nobody is treated unjustly. If anybody has to be brought to face the law, we make sure that happens. And then we use alternative dispute resolution a lot, ADR, out of court settlements and things like that. So the success story, was not just linking the person up with the Human Rights Commission, but seeing it through, making sure that everyone was safe, and no one is, call it, in harm's way anymore. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
You mentioned something about out of court settlement, doing some kind of, there's something you said, it's
ADR.
Yes.
Alternative dispute resolution.
So like vocal talk to the both parties.
Yeah.
They use conversation to handle case of abuse, domestic abuse, and then patch things up with both of them.
Not really. Like I said, each case is unique.
Okay.
Yeah. And I mentioned earlier that there are sometimes you have to, bring people face to face with the law. There are times when, the circumstances of that particular case, of a particular case, demands that you sit everyone down and then lay out the facts and try to get people to reason together and arrive at a consensus.
Right.
Yeah.
See, you sounding all advocacy-ish. I like it.
Well, yeah.
You really love this. You love
actually
being
do.
here.
I actually do.
But can you share maybe the most difficult case you guys have had? Something that happened. Maybe I shouldn't use difficult. Let's say the most stressful. It was a lot of back and forth, and you were like asking, "Did I make the right choice to be in this place?" I don't know.
Well, the most stressful, that comes to mind is in the healthcare, part of our work.
Okay.
Yeah. Why we try to make sure that everybody gets the care they deserve. Of course, human beings can be difficult at times, even when you're trying to do the right thing for them. So there are times it becomes, so difficult or too difficult to get people to actually want to get medical help. You'll have to coax them, pamper them, and to take their medication, come in for routine tests. Sometimes.
To take their medication.
Sometimes.
And then illiterate?
Yeah, well, there are,
I'm thinking why you have to beg them.
Not really beg them, but,
pamper them.
Well, in a sense, yes. There are people who are still very scared of, taking tablets, getting pricked by needles.
I am one of them.
And there are people who have still not outgrown that stigma that surrounds, HIV or any kind of medical condition. So they still find it difficult to believe that, oh, I am in this situation. And you have to, do a lot of talking, do a lot of explanation, do a lot of checking up on, do a lot of calling to make sure that this person gets the care they need. Because God forbid that, at the end of doing all these things, you still end up losing someone. So we have to do everything within our, reach to make sure that everybody gets what, the care they deserve. So
That makes sense. I'm trying to look into it. So it's largely around the health you're talking about is largely around the HIV part of it. So I see why you have to pamper them for them to take their drugs because you people are really interested in their health. You want them to see that having HIV is not the end of the world and they need to know that they can fight it, they can survive it.
Of course.
I gotta be a TEDx speaker. See me talking all. Right?
Of course.
I get it. That's nice. So what would you say is the most beautiful part of your job?
The most beautiful is, seeing that our clients get the satisfaction that we are aiming for, are happy with what we do for them, seeing that basically we are advocating for a peaceful society. We are advocating for a human society where everyone is treated, as equal. So being able to achieve that, sometimes, we are not expecting that we would achieve everything all at once, but the little progresses that we make, the little achievements, looking back, just this morning, I woke up and I had to, start doing some work. And then it hit me that, for some days now I've been very busy, but look what I have achieved. Look what I have done. At the end of the day, this work will go up there on our social media, pages, and then hopefully at the we will achieve what we hope to achieve with this. So when we look back at what we have done over time, I think that comes with this special kind of satisfaction. So, the little efforts we make, the little results we achieve.
Seeing people smile, that they got justice, stuff like that. It's every reason to smile. It's every reason to smile. That makes sense, and I hope for everyone listening that is into advocacy, activism, all those stuff, whatever it is, to make sure that the voices of people who are marginalized or who are not treated right is put out there and they get justice. I hope you're enjoying this conversation because it's for you. And even if you're not in any of that category, I hope you're enjoying it. It's good to know that Leo, who is a content creator, by the way, communications officer, derives pleasure in these things. And I hope you're also able to find your spark. We'll go on a quick break, and when we come back, we'll continue the conversation. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to NKA. My name is China Loromogu Eze, and we're still here with Leo, who is a communications officer, aka content creator, for Access to Good Health initiative. And while we were talking before we went on a break, you subtly mentioned that there was a film that you Access to Good Health initiative worked on. So what inspired the film?
Okay, what inspired the film was the fact that, these very people that the society criminalizes, they exist everywhere. They could be there, right there in your very own homes, your workplaces. But at the end of the day, they are still human. They are still as human as every other person. And they could be very good, as good as anybody could be. So nothing changes about who they are.
Okay.
Yes. So
I understand you acted in the film.
Yeah, I did.
These big things need more like nah.
I did, actually.
You were a bodyguard. What was that like? I don't know.
Well, initially I was like, this is a minor role now, so it should be easy. But trust me, there is no minor role in a movie.
Really?
Even in our waka pass. The waka pass, like the way you pass, tells a story. Okay. So yeah.
So what did you have to do as a bodyguard in the film?
Yeah, not just a bodyguard. I was supposed to be the prince's friend. So not just the bodyguard, his friend, his
confidant.
Yeah. So he.
That's you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, I knew who he was. I knew who the prince was. Yeah. So and he felt safe. I could say I was his safe place. And
bodyguard turned friend.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Oh God, when?
well, yeah. So that was a lot because
How many scenes did he appear in?
Did I really count?
But it wasn't one.
Yeah, it wasn't one.
I see you dressed up like Leo.
Yeah.
That's okay. So at that point in time, were you thinking, maybe I was just in Nollywood or something? I think I probably do well.
I've always loved acting. I've been
You
a stage.
acting in front of your mirror. Or what?
No, I have acted on stage like
in church
more than a few times. No, I've not acted in church.
Where have you been acting?
School and out of school, like all these arts academies
and stuff.
Not really theaters. I've not reached that point. So it's been a gradual thing for me. So, and then this was an opportunity for me to actually,
act again.
Yes, act again.
Bring this energy, everything back again.
Yeah.
And you gave it your all.
Well, I had
People
to.
should go and watch Leo when the movie comes out. So.
Yeah.
When is the movie coming out?
Sometime later in the year, I think July or so. Should be in July.
Should be. If you're not certain, that means AGHI isn't certain.
No. AGHI is certain. It should be in July. We are working towards July. Okay. So it should be in July is, just in case of any unforeseen circumstances. Mm-hmm. But we are targeting July.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are we looking forward to more films, more content in film from AGHI? Or is this a one-off?
No, this is not a one-off.
But this is the first film from AGHI.
Yes, we've made documentaries.
Okay.
Yes, well, this is the first film from AGHI, and we intend to, do more of films, tell stories that resonate well with people out there, that bring them face to face with the realities. So yeah, we intend to do more of films, and then we have some documentaries that we've done. Yeah.
Okay, that's okay, but there's no definite dates on July. We just know it's July next.
Yes,
time that the film would be out.
Yeah. We have a few dates we are considering, and then we are trying to, finalize on all that. But we are targeting July. Nothing later than July.
Are you excited to watch yourself?
It's thrilling to even see myself. It's sometimes I'm like, now maybe this. Yeah, there's this lovely feeling that comes with that, and I still look forward to seeing myself on the big screen.
Okay.
Yeah.
You are on a big screen right now.
I am actually. I am.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
But is AGHI planning a proper premiere for the film?
Yes, we are.
Really?
We are.
I want an invite. You better get it to me.
Sure.
Oh, am I asking? You will send it to me.
Yeah, we'll make that happen.
Of course.
We'll make that happen.
Of course.
Yeah.
Maybe where you guys looking at Viva Cinemas, Greenhouse, or maybe something different?
Yeah. Well, we are considering a number of options right now.
Okay. And
we are narrowing down our options. So hopefully, May is done, self.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So between now and maybe sometime before the end of June, we should be sure of the exact, cinemas where we'll be, screening this.
Premiere is usually done in one place.
Yes.
But I'm sure you'll figure out where you want to have the big premiere before it starts screening in cinemas.
Yeah, we are considering that.
Well, it's going to screen in cinemas. I thought this was a YouTube film.
Well, we are like I said, we're exploring all our options. Yes,
Nothing
because
is certain
yes,
yet.
our
Okay.
documentaries have been screened in cinemas so far.
Oh.
Yes, premiered in cinemas.
Beautiful.
So we shouldn't.
This one can still happen like that. But documentaries and stuff, are you guys looking at also taking these things to festivals? You could win awards, not just for the sake of advocacy and stuff.
Yeah, sure. Of course, baby steps.
Of course.
Yeah, we are just diversifying our advocacy moves. Moving from posting on social media to actually making videos that tell real stories of real people. Branching out into film. So for now, we are just bringing it out there, letting people see it, and then we could actually get to that point.
Of course.
Yeah.
Just talk to me when you are ready. I'm an Hollywood girl. I can. I'm just kidding. Right. So when you are not all nerdy, when you're not,
I'm actually a nerd.
You're wearing glasses. I'm wearing glasses too, but I'm not a nerd. And these are medicated lenses, by the way.
Okay.
I'm not a nerd.
I have never seen myself as.
You are wearing glasses. Oh, you don't even hear Igbo. Ah, it's fine.
Right on. Right on. I'll surprise you.
Igbo. Okay. Surprise me, please.
First, your name means God fights for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who are you and what have you done to Udondata?
Well, like I said, now I've
been here 1 month. 1 year.
Before that, I was coming and going. So.
But do you speak or you just understand Igbo?
I speak, not as much as I understand.
Let's talk in Igbo for a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, let's do this.
Yeah.
Skekwan?
Adamoma.
That's like the simplest.
Yeah.
Simplest thing someone would say in Igbo, but I would need you to expound on that. It's not like Skekwan. You hear other things, like.
Okay.
For my man, it's in here first time, on a big screen, on a TV, on a gakoti sicho.
On a gakwasha, mana. I don't can imagine.
I don't get it.
You understand?
Please. But of course, that's what we call it. But coming from you was just so funny.
I hear that a lot. Okay, how did I learn that? I am Catholic.
Okay.
And during the mass, there's this preface to the Eucharistic prayer that at some point they say powers tremble before you, and the Igbo translation has it that something like Ikenine na majijiji.
You're correct. Don't get me wrong. So, you are correct.
Yeah.
It's just that coming from you, I'm just like, oh wow.
Well, I'm a fast learner. There's that.
Right.
And my grandmom was Igbo, but she never spoke Igbo with us.
Okay.
Yeah, and I have always been interested in the language, not just Igbo language, but many other languages.
Do you speak other languages? Or is it just Ibibio?
Yeah, down there we have a fake Ibibio and Nang. Or, we...
So which one do you speak? Oh.
I speak 3 of them. They are all related. But moving beyond that, at least here am I in Igbo. I'm trying. And then I watch movies, Yoruba movies. I try to follow the subtitles. And then once I hear this expression repeatedly, I've heard a mabinu, I've heard, all those things. I try to, piece things together. And I'm like, Bele, Ejo, and all that.
I've heard it too.
Stuff like that. So I try to put things together. I hear it in this movie and see the same subtitles I saw in the other movie where I heard it. I'm like, okay, it should mean the same thing. So stuff like that. I'm actually interested in languages. I started learning Spanish on Duolingo.
Of course.
So
where else?
Of course. Yeah, it's been good. So
I cut you short when I was asking what you do when you're not a nerd.
Yeah.
So what else do you do when you're not advocating for people's human rights and stuff?
Yeah. When I'm not advocating, when am I not advocating? Well,
there has to be a time when you're not.
Yes. I am not really an outgoing person. I love my home.
Introverts don't talk.
Am I? Well, yeah, there's that. So I stay at home a lot, and I like to try out new things. At home, I am either on YouTube or on ChatGPT asking questions. How do I do this? How do I do that? So I get to try out new
GPT is our
things.
best friend.
Of course. And then I like to cook. Yeah.
A Akwa Ibom man that knows how to cook. A lot of Akwa Ibom men I know actually know how to cook.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah. We don't really have this gender roles, a man must always,
It's different for Akwa Ibomians.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's nice.
at least to a significant extent.
So when you're not advocating, you're cooking.
Yeah, I'm cooking. I love movies. I see
What
movies.
kind
Drama mostly. I'm not an action movie person.
So what do you watch? Romance?
Every kind of romance, family, all the but currently I'm like seeing what's it called? Bel Air for the 10th to 11th time.
Bel Air,
yeah.
the Black BT series.
Yes,
wow.
Is it BT?
Is
I
it
think
Peacock?
so.
It's Peacock.
Yeah.
Yes, Peacock.
Peacock. Yeah, that's what shows at the beginning about Will Smith and all that. So I don't mind seeing the whole series, like watching it over and over again. I give it some time.
I've been in episode 1, season 3 for season 2. I just couldn't finish.
Yeah, so I love it.
But you are the first guy I have interviewed on this show that vocally likes romance stories. I had one guest who said ew to romance movie. Like, I'm like, it seems be a problem. And then this guy smiles when watching horror. I say, just tell us you are a demon. Just tell us you are a demon.
I'm not really a horror movie person. Like, maybe once in a while. I don't really watch movies for, the action, the horror, and all that. I kind of try to analyze a movie. I'm like, why did he do this and not this? Okay, I try to predict the next scene. And it happens a lot when I watch Nigerian movies. I think I'm so used to Nigerian movies.
Oh, you like watching Nigerian movies?
Yeah.
What's the last one you watched?
I have not watched Nigerian movies in a while.
Yeah.
For some
You're
time now.
Bel Air.
Yeah, I decided to like take
a break.
Yeah, and try. You won't believe that I started watching Empire all over again.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
But I do that a lot.
Yeah.
I do that. Just download. Should I say download?
There's no
get old series, get them and just start watching all over again. Sometimes I would full sentences from my favorite characters.
Yeah.
So I do it a lot. I think I was watching Melon. I got Melon again and started watching all
I have that on my bucket list.
I'm telling you, Legend of the Seeker, Xena the Warrior Princess, all of them.
Yeah.
I do it. That's good. It's been great getting to know you, Leo Udondata.
Udondata.
Perfect. I forgot. Udondata. It's been great listening to you about advocacy and all of that, and it's just been nice. I love that you love what you do. It's good you said, is there a time I'm not advocating? That means that 80% of your time you spend it advocating.
Yeah, I actually love it. I love it.
We love it for you too.
Thank you.
Yes, we do love it for Leo Udondata. Got it. We love it for Leo Udondata, who is an advocate for marginalized persons and tilts towards content creation for the brand he works with. And he's an actor. Despite the fact that he just did a bodyguard in that film, he has talent. Please feel free to refuse him. We'll go on a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to wrap up this conversation with Leo. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to NKA. My name is Chinalo Romogo Eze, and we're still here with Leo Udondata. I got it.
Yeah.
I got it. Okay, so Leo, remind me of my UBA banking, WhatsApp banking platform. It's called Leo.
Yeah.
You know, right?
Yeah.
Good. So this is the part of the show where we try something fancy. So I need you to sing. Sing. So think of something you would like to sing for us. This is your camera, and you just take it away. Think something serious. If you don't, the last, let me not talk about my last guest. But please, we want to hear, you know what? Just do it. Anyhow it's going to sound. I'm sure we love you either way.
I'm so scrambled right now because I...
Should I tell you what to sing?
Okay.
Good. Sing. Sing. I will think about that after the break. Let's go on the break. Let's go on the break so I can think about that. So we'll go on a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have Leo singing his heart out to us. Don't go anywhere. My name is Chinaloromogo Eze, and we're still here with Leo Udondata, who's going to be singing something gorgeous, something beautiful, something tantalizing for us tonight. And you're probably asking, now, did I tell you that I could sing? I perceive in my spirit that you are somebody that can sing. So take it away. What are you singing tonight?
Well, I said I loved Empire.
Okay.
Love, not loved. I will
love,
always love
I
Empire.
Love the
Yeah, and it opens with, this beautiful piece done by Veronica Bosman. What is love? Yeah. So
let's take it
I
away.
can just freestyle though.
Do your thing.
Okay. I would tell you that I love you tonight, but I know that I've got time on my side. Where you're going, why you're leaving so soon? Is there somewhere else that's better for you? What is love if it's not here with me? What is love if it's not guaranteed? What is love if it just stops and leaves? Come.
Oh, now. Hallelujah.
If you're not real,
whatever it is.
Whatever.
You have done the singing, and my heart is happy. Aww. Do you like musical movies?
Yeah, I do.
Have you seen Glee?
Glee, have I know?
Oh, okay, but that's okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed that song by Leo. It was so touching. All the fans of Empire, arise! Our song has been sung, and I hope you tried to do justice to that. Do you have any last words before we call it a night?
Yeah, last words. Whenever I speak with people, I like to end with this: the change we seek begins with us. Yes. I'm gonna write that down.
The change we see begins with us.
Yes.
Leo Udondata 2025.
Yeah, and then something I borrowed from Barack Obama, that he said, "Yes, we can." That's simple. Yes, we can.
That's also from Donnie McClurkin's.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
You can do anything if you try. No. Yes, we can. I don't even know the song I'm putting together, but he said something like that.
Yeah.
But do you know what I'm talking?
Is it Donnie?
It's Donnie McClurkin. Okay, there was a song. Okay. Yes, you can. You can do anything.
Yeah, I remember the song, but it's really been a while.
But that's okay. So, I hope to our viewers who have been watching us tonight that this is your sign to go back and watch that Empire series again. This is your sign to hold strongly whatever it is you believe in and fight for its cause, right? Some people actually do not know how to fight for themselves, and you can be the warrior they need because you have the voice. Making sense, but you get the idea. Thank you so much for joining us on tonight's episode of NKA. My name is Chinaloromogo Eze, and I'll see you in another episode. Bye.